Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for waking up with us. I'm Jordan Chavez.
And I'm Corey Rose. Erica and Katie are keeping tabs on the traffic and weather that could be impacting your day. First, though, we've got to look at today's top stories. One metro area community is trying a new tactic to crack down on shoplifting, and it could impact some of your favorite stores.
And before you take the kids to school or head to work, we've got an update that could impact your commute. The change taking effect today at a very busy metro intersection.
With Waymo set to roll out its self-driving cars here in Denver, another city is raising new concerns about the robo taxis having trouble with one traffic rule in particular.
And if you missed the Northern Lights last month, heads up, you're about to get another chance to see them, but you're going to have to work a little for this view.
But first, let's take a look at the forecast for today because we are looking at another possible round of dangerous, damaging foothill winds. Weather impact team's Katie LaSalle joins us now. We're talking about wind gusts up to 90 miles per hour in some areas.
In some areas, yes. Good morning to you both. It is going to be a very blustery day over portions of higher terrain. In Denver right now, it's mostly cloudy and calm, so we're not under the high wind warning. That has been upgraded from a watch to a warning, but that does not include just west of town. So some of Denver's western suburbs, Arvada, Lakewood, into Broomfield and Boulder, we'll be seeing wind gusts potentially up to 75 miles per hour at times. Also further off to the west, over higher terrain near Netherland, up over Estes Park, down through Fairplay, Blue River, Alma, over the I-70 drive, all areas shaded here in purple. That is in effect until midnight tonight, where wind gusts could reach up to 90 miles per hour at times. With that of course could cause damage, areas of blowing snow as well, especially over higher terrain. And taking us through our wind gust forecast, we have already seen over 60 mile per hour wind gusts in some areas off to the west. But taking us through this evening, we will continue to see those breezy conditions through at least midnight. Calmer, though, for the I-25 corridor, the gustiest winds downsloping off the foothills over the Cheyenne Ridge. Highway 93 as well could be impacted as we get into tomorrow afternoon. Still breezy, just not as windy. We're expecting to see that high wind warning expire. Temperatures this morning, pretty mild out there. We're in the low 40s in Castle Rock. It is below freezing in Greeley, but Boulder right now sitting in the 50s with those gusty downsloping winds from the west-southwest. So for today, a high of 58 degrees expected in Denver. Our average high is 45. The gustiest winds will be this afternoon and early evening in town. And then forecasted highs 50s, 60s returning to the plains, 40s for a lot of our high country towns. Now, Erica, we do have the chance for picking up a little bit of snow in the mountains, nothing major like what we saw over the weekend, but we'll look ahead at just how much we're expecting through the course of this storm still to come.
All right, sounds good. Let's get you out the door. Traffic impact drive. Clear at I-25 and 84th Avenue this morning, still moving really nicely. And I've been checking a few other cameras, and that's kind of what we're seeing. We're not getting too busy anywhere just yet or slowing down significantly at 6:02. Let's take you over to what we're seeing on our map. As far as trouble spots go, Hamden and University is where we're dealing with one crash this morning. So not on any of our main interstates, but it certainly is a main highway. Really not seeing any significant change in color, but it could be slowing slightly if you're getting ready to head out that way. Excuse me, rest of our area really all green, really just beginning to see the slightest change in color on eastbound 270 and York Street, but nothing too crazy. Dry for you on I-25 through North Glen and Thornton. Green light, quick drive time there. Travel into Commerce City, same story, no issues on 76. Little teeny bit of change in color on Vasquez southbound, approaching 270, and like I mentioned, right around York Street and eastbound 270, we're picking up a bit in volume. But if you drive through Wheat Ridge, buckle up because the morning drive is going to look different there. After 4 years of construction cones, lane shifts, and a lot of patience, the city is flipping the switch on its first ever continuous flow intersection. Our 9 News transportation specialist, Brianna Fernandez, here to break it down for us this morning. Can you explain what this intersection is meant to do? We were just chatting. It's similar to the one in Highlands Ranch.
Very, very similar. But if people haven't driven to that, through that one, it is going to be a little confusing at first. Now, if you're trying to head out the door, there's going to be a huge difference. I want you guys to take a look at these videos just so you guys can see what you'll notice this morning. So the idea is to move left turning traffic before you hit the main intersection. So that means left turns and through traffic can go at the same time. City officials say that the continuous flow intersection, better known as CFI, should cut delays, improve traffic, and make the busy corridors safer. Now, the fun doesn't stop there, you guys. The second continuous flow intersection at Wadsworth and 44th opens up next week. And this is all part of a huge makeover from 35th Avenue to I-70. So it's going to include new medians, wider sidewalks, multi-use path, extra lanes, and more than 30,000 plants and trees along the corridor. Construction started back in 2021, but the full project won't wrap up until spring of 2026. But hey, not everyone is cheering just yet. Some drivers say the CFI looks still a little confusing. It's like trying to solve a maze before you even have a cup of coffee.
For me, a lot of anxiety, just nervousness, I don't know. I've never done it. I don't know what it's going to be like.
I've looked at the diagrams and I still don't understand how it makes it easier and how it makes the congestion less, because you still have to turn left. There's still cars that will have to stop where you have to watch for cars coming. So I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out, I guess.
So city officials tell me it's still a learning curve. It actually just opened up at 6 a.m. this morning. So if this is part of your morning drive, take it slow, follow those signs, and maybe allow for an extra minute or two. There's also going to be traffic enforcement out there, so watch out for officials who will be there just guiding you through this new CFI. For now, I'm in the studio, Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
Always appreciate the heads up, Brianna. Thank you. Waymo self-driving robo taxis are set to hit Denver streets in the near future. And while some neighbors are really excited about it, others are raising concerns. Lawmakers in another Waymo-approved cities say there needs to be new protections to keep kids safe. That's because the robo-taxis keep illegally passing Atlanta school buses. The company says it is filing a voluntary software recall over the issue. In the meantime, some local lawmakers have suggested keeping Waymos off the road while school buses are out and about. Others want more restrictions.
Complete stoppage. If there's an issue with them rolling past a school bus, and I see school buses out from 5:30 in the morning till sometimes 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. No, it's too dangerous at all hours.
For their part, Waymo says it has a safety record with 12 times fewer pedestrian injury crashes than human drivers. The company also added that no injuries have been reported in these bus incidents.
The man accused of killing a dog breeder in Idaho Springs and stealing his puppies has pleaded guilty. Sergio Ferrer had already admitted to shooting Paul Peavy, but he previously claimed that it was in self-defense. A search party found Peavy's body in a shallow grave on the man's property in Clear Creek County back in August of 2024. 10 of his Doberman puppies were also missing. Court documents show Ferrer tried to sell those puppies on social media. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and robbery charges, and he is scheduled to be sentenced next month.
Today, Douglas County commissioners will consider putting more pressure on stores to report shoplifting. The proposal would fine companies that don't report retail theft. Companies would have 4 days to report the theft. They would also get in trouble for not keeping videos or pictures that could be used as evidence. The fines would be up to $50 a day for each day a crime is not reported. Fines would be capped at $1,000.
A man accused of randomly shooting 3 people in Aurora is expected to be committed to a mental health facility. Doctors found Austin Benson incompetent to stand trial on charges stemming from the shooting in the summer of 2024. This was not his first time accused of doing something like that. In 2018, prosecutors charged him with attempted murder after he was accused of shooting at people along a road in Douglas County. He was found incompetent in that case as well, and because of Colorado state law, his charges were dismissed and he walked free. These new charges are expected to be dismissed too. But this time, Benson will be held at a mental health facility.
This is unprecedented. It's creative, and what it does is protect the public and ensure that Benson will actually receive treatment.
Benson is due back in court next month. The plan could be finalized by then.
A federal judge says Tina Peters cannot be released from prison while she appeals her state conviction. Peters is 1 year into a 9-year sentence. Peters is also seeking a presidential pardon. However, presidential pardons do not apply to state convictions. Her 9-page pardon request says the question of whether a president can pardon for state offenses has never been raised in any court. We asked a constitutional law attorney about that claim.
My initial review, just to do a gut check to make sure that I wasn't crazy, was about 10 seconds and confirmed that they were not correct.
She found several cases, including a federal appeals case citing an 1878 U.S. Supreme Court decision. If Trump were to issue a pardon for Peters, it would likely trigger a legal battle headed for the Supreme Court. Well, you can now cut down your own Christmas tree on certain public lands for $1.
Yeah, that's right. So the Bureau of Land Management announced that change yesterday. The cost of a permit is down from anywhere from $8 to $10. The change is part of an effort to help families save money during the holidays. BLM is also offering $1 permits for cutting firewood through the end of January.